This video shows the quick setup for the Voice for IoT Android app. If we are going to use the app on a local network, we need to add the network to the local networks list. This step is not needed if we only want to use the app with the portal, but local connections may be faster. We will now add a hub. In this case, it will be the Universal Devices ISY. We need to give the hub a name. Let's try to keep it simple. If used on a local network, we need to fill out the local network information. The port can be left blank if the default ports are used. We need to link a local network ID to this hub for local connections. This is the same network we set up in the first step. We can now test the connection. And we are now connected locally. The next step is to set up the remote connection. In this case, we will be using the ISY portal. We can now test the connection. We need to disconnect from the local network to be sure we can connect to the hub remotely. And we're connected remotely. We can now save the hub. It is recommended we insert the default action association unless you are an advanced user. If you accidentally canceled this dialog, just resave the hub to get the dialog again. We have now linked our first hub. We can repeat this process if we have more than one hub. We are now ready to add our first voice command using the default data in the app. I will go over custom voice commands in another video. First is the spoken property. This allows the same voice commands for different real properties. For instance, you may have a hub at work and at home. In this case, we'll be using home, which is also set as the default property on initial install. Because it is the default property, we will not need to include the word home in a spoken command. Second is the location. Spoken location is a location at a real property. This app allows for chaining of commands, so we need to set a location for a device. For instance, kitchen lights have a spoken location of kitchen. Third is the spoken device. In this case, it will be lite. Next is the hub. We've only set up one hub, so it's the home ISY. Fifth is the device type. This will allow us to trigger devices, scenes, programs, etc. In this case, I will be using a scene. Last, we need to find the device ID. We can now save the voice command. Turn on the kitchen lights. And it works. Now I will set up a couple more devices to show you how we can chain commands. Turn on the living room, dining room, and kitchen lights. Turn off the lights in the kitchen and dining room.